wonderful good morning to you, our viewers and listeners out there on the frequency of Unity 93.3 FM Jos and the TV station Unity TV. My name is Rukayat Sani Ibrahim and I welcome you warmly to this program, Hello at Work, a program that brings you trending issues on social media. I'm not alone in the studio. I'm together with the gentleman of the house, Mr. Zakaria Nampio, and the damsel of the house, Mercy Yama. Good morning, Mr. Zakaria.
Well, it's a pleasure being here, a listener out there. Welcome to Hello at Work. Mercy, you're looking good.
How is your weekend, Mercy?
My weekend was beautiful. Good morning, Jos. Good morning, Plateau State. Good morning, Nigeria. It's indeed another beautiful Monday morning, and as usual, I'm excited to be here.
All right, we have our stories that have been trending on social media since last week, Wednesday, and we decided to pick this particular story that has been troubling the minds of citizens here in the city of Jos. And the story reads, a suspected quack doctor allegedly harvests woman's kidney in Jos. Now, a businessman in Jos Plateau State, Alhaji Kamal, has accused a medical doctor of harvesting one of his wife's kidney and subjecting the woman to chronic pain in the last 5 years. He narrated that sometime in 2018, his wife Kehinde complained of stomach ache and was rushed to the said doctor's clinic in the Nasaragon area of Jos North local government area, where he diagnosed the wife and concluded that she has appendix that had ruptured and needed urgent surgery. Speaking with Vanguard on the phone on Wednesday night, Kamal, a resident of the Rikos area of Jos North, said, "About 8 years ago, my mom was sick, so she was directed and she visited a hospital owned by one Dr. Noah Kekere at Yanshanu Gong, Nasaragon community of Jos North local government area, and in the process of going to see my mom in the hospital, I got acquainted with the doctor. When my wife fell sick in 2018, complaining of severe stomach pain, my mom encouraged us to take her there because my wife used to follow my mom to see the doctor when my mom was sick. As we got there, the doctor did a scan and said my wife had a ruptured appendix and must be operated upon immediately. And he charged us 140,000 naira. When I called some people to ask about the high bill as I planned to take her to Jute, they advised we should just go ahead and save her life. The doctor asked how much I had and I said 80,000 naira. Apart from other charges for drugs, but after the operation, my wife was still complaining about the pain and the man kept collecting money from me all these years. Now, the doctor now conducted the operation. He started the operation from 12 p.m. till 8 p.m. And for the past 5 years, my wife kept complaining a severe stomach pain. I continued to take her to the same hospital because I did not want to change the doctor that started the treatment. As she continued to have the pains, I decided to go to the Jos University Teaching Hospital, Jude, a few days ago, where we discovered that one of my wife's kidney was removed. We reported the matter to the police at Nasaragon and the doctor was arrested 2 days ago, and the case was transferred to the Commissioner of Police. The Commissioner discovered that the man had never been a doctor, but he had been parading himself as a doctor for over 18 years, treating people in the area. He has a BSc in economics and a master's degree in economics. He attended a nursing school, but he did not complete it. He said he did community health. The spokesman of the Plateau State Command, Alfred Alabo, could not be reached at the time of this report for comments, but Kamal, however, pleaded for his wife and others who might have been victims of the alleged quack doctor. Now, the troubling issue here is this particular one has been nabbed already, but there are issues yesterday that arose on social media, especially the blueprint that it has it that the man in the suspect actually ran mad yesterday and he has been transferred to the psychiatric unit of the Jos University Teaching Hospital. I don't know how true that is, but who are we particularly to blame? Is it the association that is rested with the responsibility of checkmating these medical doctors, or is it the Medical Doctors Association of Nigeria that we have to blame? Is it the government, or is the masses that are at blame?
I think for a state like Plateau, we have people who are saddled with the responsibility of checking. We have ministers of health and others. So these people are supposed to check for people who are not licensed, because there are lots of people that are parading as doctors but are not licensed. You will wake up this morning and see that there is a small kiosk in front of you, posing as a pharmacy. The next thing you see is a small building, and they will call it a community health.
A one room now, they'll place a bed.
Exactly. And before you know, people will start tripping. And because Nigerians, we like things being cheap, so this quack will make it so cheap and affordable, and they will make it look like they are helping the community, and we will now rush to that death trap, because I look at it as a death trap. Look,
definitely, that's a death sentence entirely.
Exactly. I mean, you've not been licensed. You don't even you studied economics.
Economics.
So
what is economics doing with medicine and surgery?
You have nothing to do with medicine. You are even you're even performing surgery for someone, and you've not gone through health. It's okay to say you just administer drugs, because some people normally will say they've worked in a pharmacy, so when your head is paining you, they know that they'll give you Panadol, paracetamol, or you're going to perform a surgery on someone. I mean, that's wickedness to the highest level, and I think that the law should really take its course on this person.
Definitely.
I wish, of course, the law would truly take its course, because like we've been discussing on this program, if you commit a crime, for every organized society, of course, there should be a punishment and a reward system. In our own case, or in our own client here, we discovered that such things doesn't exist. It's not as if we are not in the know, we know. But if you're rich, you commit a crime, those who are supposed to punish you will help you cover the crime. Take it or leave it. That's just it. Of course, what really happens, the long and the short story about it is that's to tell you how failed our system is. Our system is a complete failed one. Failed one in the sense that a quack doctor has been doing such thing for quite some time.
Yes.
And a lot of people, there are people I want to believe that know him. His wife know him. His relatives know that he's not a doctor. So I remember there was a story we actually talked about in this particular program, that it was in a political gathering where somebody stabbed somebody with knife and he died. When that person was taken to a court, and of course his defense counsel asked the presiding judge that they should give him a broom. He killed a fly with that broom and asked the entire court, including the presiding judge, that he should tell him the single broom that killed this fly without the collaboration of others. So that is the situation where we are. When we see something, we are not ready to say it, even when it is wrong, because it doesn't concern you. At one point or the other, you will be affected directly or indirectly. And unless and until we are ready to talk, and unless and until we are ready to say the truth, and unless and until we are ready to face the consequences of saying the truth, I tell you, we will continue to. Even as we speak, there are so many things going on. Even within the confines of our neighbor, where we stay, there are so many things happening. But a lot of people are not ready to disclose it, nor are they ready to say it, to save a soul. That is the greatest challenge we have. And that goes to say we have a failed system. And we must be able to work as a people to see to the functioning of that system. Otherwise.
Of course.
And even the day he was actually arrested, he has operated on like 5 patients that are lying down and are waiting for discharge.
You can imagine.
To pay their bills and get discharged. So you can imagine this scenario. So a lot of people have been urged to go to the Jos University Teaching Hospital if you know you have been operated upon by this quack doctor
who has been harvesting kidney.
Just go and check that yes, your intestine. You know, remember we discussed about it. We took a story last week Monday, Mr. Zachariah, about a young boy who is 12 that has been operated upon in Lagos State in a private hospital also. Yeah. So when he was being transferred to LASU, that's a Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, it was discovered by the pediatric surgeon there that actually his small intestines were missing.
These are issues.
So the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital were of the notion that they have a video of the operation they conducted upon that young boy. So the missing kidney is nowhere, missing intestine is nowhere to be found.
And the question here,
and you actually need it to survive.
And why? And the question here is that when you look at our legal system, the entire framework of the Constitution, elsewhere outside the shores of this country, if you're being accused, you are guilty. Once you've been accused of a crime, you are guilty until the court prove otherwise, or you prove otherwise. Here, you're not guilty until the court says so or prove otherwise.
Mr. Zakaria, if the assumptions of the public is actually true that this suspected quack doctor is actually has run mad, don't you think that's a plan?
No.
Of course it is. Mr. Zax, you said something, I think the last program we had, where you said someone went to the court and
he was asked to shoot. So don't you think this is another plan for him to escape?
Why would you run mad at this particular time?
I think all of us are here in Nigeria where high-profile people are being saddled with the mandate of doing one work or the other. For instance, the issue of MISALI and co. You discover that once it got to a particular point, medical issues will have to, they will bring up, defense counsel will have to bring medical issues on board. I mean, asking the presiding judge and of course and other co-learned colleagues that his client is not doing well and therefore he need bail so that he can travel overseas to get some checkup. That is the drama, the drama in this country. I tell you, when it goes to a particular point, they will say issue of medical checkup and what have you. My client is not. Of course, how do you expect your client to be fine? So that is the same problem. And I tell you, sometimes graciously the presiding judge will approve the belt, whatever, just for that person. But why the person will not even travel outside the shores of this country? The person needs freedom. So these are issues. Our law regarding some of these issues are not just strong enough, and even if they are not implementable by those who are saddled with the responsibility of implementing them.
You can imagine that he decided, or I would say he alleged, to run mad at this point of trial. All through those 18 years, he has not run mad for no reason. All through the whole, he has been performing surgery on people, but he did not run mad. He did not see a kind of illness. Let me say, a kind of illness that tempered with him mentally, that he ran mad.
Do you know something?
It must be his counsel that advised him to misbehave that way, so that at least the court can see it clearly that the man in question is not in a state of mind.
Then he needs to be brought back to that hospital, and the masses will be allowed to operate on him.
But the question here again,
we have to operate. The masses will have to operate on his brain.
The question here is that the moment when you commit a crime, either you kill somebody or just like, for me, as far as I'm concerned, harvesting a kidney is as good as you're no longer. God knows why he created two. For you to remove one, you're no longer. God forbid. But the question here is, can't the law really take its course? Because the reason why people are doing what they are doing, even they know that is wrong. They do it because at the end of it all, once you are in the custody of the police, you are within the confines of the custody of the court and what have you, it's as good as you are saved. And that is the problem.
I think the question is not can the law take its course, it is will, because the law has the power to send this person to book, to bring this person to book. So will they do it or will they not? Because now he's claiming he's not okay mentally. So probably he will just get his lawyer, and then the lawyer would say my client is not okay, we should send him to rehabilitation, or we should send him to a correctional center for the meantime, so when he gets better we'll get back to this. And immediately he's leaving that court to go to a correctional center or whatsoever. That will
be the end of the story. And that is why a lot of people, let's say the masses, are losing hope and then in the judicial system.
And as a people, know where you're taking your family members to. Know who you're taking your family members to in the course of seeking for medical attention.
Exactly.
We have to be extremely careful. I want to believe that the entire family are regretting, and of course even the wife, psychologically she's affected, and to a particular extent she'll be saying what's the essence, because she's going to live with this for
and
the rest
also,
of her
Mr.
life.
Zakaria, one notion to the public out there, and a lot of private hospitals are opened close by, just nearby. It's cheap, is this, is that. Like Mr. Zakaria has earlier said, we need to be very, very extremely careful.
Exactly.
I've seen a woman that has undergone labor, 7 cm already, because she doesn't feel pain or anything. Before you know it, she's under the knife. People, a lot of these hospitals do take this surgery as a means of gaining more.
Yes.
Because once I just maybe give you some drugs, maybe run some tests, give you drugs and injections, they are not gaining.
Exactly.
But there's humongous amounts of money
Surgery.
involved in surgery.
You know, they will just call an English you don't understand and tell you this.
So
is what
once it is
wrong and
surgery, it is
terminology.
advised that you go to a bigger hospital.
And again, our greatest challenge with
Don't just go to hospital behind your backyard. What is
Go to a recognized medical center.
Yes, our attitude generally, whether private or government, is too bad. If you take a patient, yes, I think it's a good one. You should go to the recognized one so that the well-trained personnel should be able to attend to you. That I agree totally. But our attitude, for instance, government attitude within the confines of the state, if you brought in an emergency or bring a person that needs an attention of a medical doctor, first and foremost, even when the person is about dying, they will ask you to go and get a cat. You have to go and get a cat. There's a queue. Before you come back, there are certain money you need to go and pay before they will clear you, before a doctor will attend to you. And I tell you, we don't recognize anything emergency. That word is just used, or it has been using, or is still using in a hospital, even without knowing the implications of the word emergency itself. And before you come back, the patient in question is no longer. And one will ask, what is the primary responsibility of a health worker? Primarily is to save life. When life is not saved under your domain or within the confines of a hospital, are you really a health worker? So these are questions. Elsewhere, they will attend to you, then they'll come back for the bill. Elsewhere outside the shores of this country. But I bet you, if you took a patient or take a patient to the hospital and the patient give up, or somehow you have to go and clear all the bills before you push the cup outside the ward. So these are issues. We have so many problems even within our public hospitals. We have so many issues that need to be handled. Elsewhere, they make provision for loss in their budget.
And also for some of these bigger hospitals, there was an instance where I was not feeling okay. Actually, it was recommended I go to a better hospital, so I went to a bigger hospital. Name withheld. Mr. Zakaria, I went to the hospital for like 3 days. I haven't even seen the doctor.
You can't
They
imagine.
recommended some tests. I went and run some tests, and I had to wait for the results and everything before I'm even booked to a doctor, while I'm still feeling the sickness I'm feeling.
And they paint.
And
On that 3 days. So, mind you, the private hospitals actually, when you go there, you see the doctor that particular day.
they'll
The test
attend
is
to you.
being run that day, and they'll attend to you that very day. So, I think that is why the masses are going to more of private hospital than going to,
government.
if you go to a government owned, you have to book. Especially if you are going to, but let me say like females, we are going to see a gynecologist or something, a bigger doctor, you have to book. And they'll give you like a week or 2. So,
And
Mercy,
there
you are
are
feeling
lots
the
of
pain.
patients.
So, will you just
only
endure
that
the
it gets
pain?
serious.
Yes, that is it.
Yes, and another thing is that even within the confines of the public hospital, if you are to carry out a test, it will take you a week or thereabout for you to get the result. Yes, but within the private ones, yes, within 10-15 minutes, like my hospital, within 10-15 minutes, I don't go and come back. They will see me, my result will be out in the next 10-15 minutes. I go back to the doctor again, drugs and what have you.
And I think also some doctors did not really practice the profession the way it should. You go to school, and then because your uncle is a medical personnel and he's let me say a big person in a hospital, and then you finish from medical school, they will not even ask to see if you've passed through the school or the school passed through you. The next thing is you have an appointment as a medical personnel in the hospital. You've not really gone through school. You didn't even pass well. All you did was just have the paper. Once you have the paper, you come to the, so they give you they give you appointment. You're working as a doctor. An instance happened with somebody, and I was told he went to the hospital, and then he had problem with his ear. So he went to the hospital, and then they gave him, the doctor prescribed, and you know how doctors write, and they will just write, you will not even understand what they're writing. They will just write anything, and then
but the pharmacy will actually understand.
So he took it to this pharmacy, and then the pharmacy don't even know what is happening. So he went there, and then there was a pregnant woman. They gave this man was having problem with his ear, and they gave him medicine for a pregnant woman.
Huh?
And they gave the pregnant woman
maybe the ear is pregnant.
For he more of like swapped the whole medication, and then that pregnant woman has left already.
Not the greatest talent.
They had to go and look for a way to find before she takes that drugs. And you know, pregnancy is very delicate. Little wrong prescription, it will just you will
terminate,
and all that. So they had to look for. If not that person with the ear problem is a little bit learned in medicine, and then he saw the drugs that was given to him, and he was like,
he's a bit careful, Mercy.
This is not it.
You know, all I do is if you have the drug is being prescribed, you go through it, you read through it, and if what you are not familiar with, you have your smartphone, you can just Google it.
You browse it.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. If
what is it meant for?
You have to
so that you, Mr. Zax, with ear problem, will not be giving.
That is the point, because that is technology for it. But again, we believe so much in certification, just like what Messi said. Nigerians believe so much in certifications that I am certified. Because at the end of your studies, for you to be given result, it means you've gone through all the rudiments. That is one thing. But again, rich people in court always feel that, of course, for the fact that I'm rich and I'm well linked, my child needs to be an engineer or a doctor. Initially, the child in question doesn't want that profession. But because of your influence and what have you, you compel the child in question to go and read and become a medical doctor. The interest, it is one thing to become a medical doctor, and it's another, the interest in you, the inner thinking in you, the genuineness to practice that. So this is another issue again that we must be able to be careful. If you have a child and a child feels that this, that, and people feel, of course, after school as a medical doctor, of course, you will, of course, there's money. And people see that the angle of money, not practicing, not saving soul, as the case may be. That's another thing to think about.
All right, we'll get back to this particular topic we are discussing. We are not done yet. The number for you to send in your text is 08037497127. 08037497127. We'll go on a musical and commercial break with the men on console. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hello at work. Stay calm, keep hustling, and live life to the fullest.
Unity TV.
The question is, what is the English name of Gary?
Mad.
Gary? Does Gary have English name at all?
Hello viewer, welcome to Voices from the Streets on Unity TV Jos. My name is Himma Dai Mata, aka Lead to the V to the ING, aka Boom Stone Boy, and today I am at Faringada Market, your number one stop for food items on the plateau. Today I'll be asking a very simple question like always. I'll be asking the question, what is the English name of Gary? Do you know? Well, I'll be surprised if anybody gets it anyway, but let's get to listen from the Voices from the Streets. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, please, what's your name?
My name is Deborah Inana.
Okay, Debbie, the question is, what is the English name of Gary?
Cassava flakes.
Are you sure that's the English name of Gary?
No, but I think so.
Okay, thank you very much. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Please, what's your name?
My name is Paul.
Okay, Paul, what's the English name of Gary?
Some people call it cassava flakes now.
There's some people call it
Nigerians, we call it Gary. Gary na Gary.
Are you sure that's the English name?
I said cassava flakes.
Are you sure that's the English name? That's what I asked.
I'm not sure.
All right, thank you very much. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, please, what's your name?
I'm Oluwaseun.
Okay, Sheun.
Yeah.
Please, what is the English name of Gary?
Gary. Does Gary have English name at all?
It does actually.
It does.
Yes.
Is it cassava? What, sir?
I think maybe you might have heard it before.
I heard something like that, but I can't really remember.
Thank you very much, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Please, what's your name?
Pamela.
What is the English name for Gary?
Gary is grounded cassava.
Grounded cassava.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Please, what's your name?
Wayne Kabala.
Okay, Wang. What is the English name of Gary?
Mad. Cassava flakes.
Cassava flakes. Are you sure?
Yes, I'm very, very sure.
Okay, thank you very much. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Please, what's your name, ma'am?
My name? Mommy Favor.
Okay, Mommy Favor. Please, what is the English name of Gary?
It's Gary now. Did you have any other name? No name. Gary.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
Okay, Miss Nankasa.
Sunana Sani Broda.
Sani Broda.
Sani Broda Faringara Onions.
Okay, Sani Broda Faringara always.
Onions.
Onions. Okay, sir.
Fina onions.
Okay. So, main Suna Gari Kwake Turanci.
Garin kwaki? Garin kwaki ko? Sunansa?
A Turanci.
Da Turanci? To, ni ban sani ba.
Okay, me sunanka?
Abati.
Sunanka?
Yawu.
Zinaidu. Damshi. Okay, me sunan Gari a Turanci.
Sunan me?
Gari.
Ban san shi ba.
Garin rogo ko garin tuwo? Garin rogo ko garin tuwo?
Garin rogo.
Garin kwaki.
Sunan shi? Gaskiya rogo. Rogo sunan shi.
Sunan shi what?
Rogo.
Okay.
Logo.
Mene sunan Gari a Turanci?
Mene sunan Gari?
Garin kwaki. Mene sunan garin kwaki a Turanci? Ba suna kuma?
Kwaki yana da suna wanda SPP ne ko ne ake ci. Kasama SPP ne ko ne.
All right, welcome back from the commercials breaker with the men on console. Do not forget, if you are just tuning in, it's Unity TV and Unity Radio FM TV 93.3 FM. And the program going on is Hello What's Waka. My name is Rukayat Ibrahim and I'm together with Mr. Zakaria Nampio and Marcy Yamma. We give you trending issues on social media. So we're discussing an issue of suspected quack doctor allegedly harvest a woman's kidney in Jos. Now we'll move straight to our second story that reads, police nab Togolese over killing of Edo artisan. Now the Edo State Police Command has arrested a Togolese national, Mike Agbalo, 35, for allegedly killing one Maharazu Umar over a rift at work. Now the suspect was said to have contracted Umar to assist him in construction work when a misunderstanding ensued after completing the job, and in the process he killed the victim. The State Command spokesperson Chidi Nwabuzo said once Clement Ogba Bikoko reported at the case at the Etete Police Division, Benin. Ogba Bikoko said he hired the suspect to carry out construction works in his company, and the suspect later brought the victim who assisted him to do the job. When they finished, he was paid, and when he was asked the whereabouts of Umar, he replied that he had left. But while Clement's wife was inspecting the job at about 7 p.m., she found Umar's body within the compound. We immediately called the suspect to come to the house, and he was arrested. The PPRO said the suspect had confessed that he hit the deceased with a hammer and he fell and died, adding that the corpse have been deposited at the hospital morgue. He said the case will be charged to court soon. In an interview with journalists, the suspect said he contracted Umar to assist him in his work but ended up killing him over a misunderstanding. Hot-tempered people. You know, some people can be very, very hot-tempered. That's why we always say it on this program. Learn to control your emotions and anger. It's not everything that your heart will be telling you that you actually walk towards it. Sometimes you need to think with your brain. Don't use your intestines to think. At least use the one upstairs. Yeah, the kidney, if you have two, if you have one, the other one is busy. But if you have two kidney, you can actually think.
You can only use your intestine if they are intact.
That is it.
If they are intact.
Oh my goodness.
I think the last time we had a program here, we spoke on an issue and we said if you should go to another country and you're found wanting, the operatives of that country would not take it easy with you. The way they would treat you. But coming to Nigeria, someone from Togo came to Nigeria and then killed someone. And I won't be surprised if after much findings they will do small investigation and before you know the case will be swept under the carpet again. And we also said on this program that if an argument is getting to a particular stage, it's better you just walk away.
It shouldn't, an argument entirely shouldn't be long.
Exactly. If you're saying someone is getting agitated, is getting angry, it's better you just walk away.
Definitely.
Because hey, now this person is late and we can't even hear his own side of the story. Whatever the other person says, what the investigation will be carried on based on what he said or based on eyewitnesses. But that man, if to say maybe he was maybe ill or he was just injured, we'll be able to get both sides. But this is just one side of the story you will be getting. Now the person is late because of a mere argument. I mean, some things are not
and like always, Mr. Zachary always say that it's better for you to be alive to tell the story than for you to be no more, and only assumptions will be said.
Nobody will say the story better than you do.
Definitely.
Now the question here is first and foremost, if you did this thing outside the shores of this country as a Nigerian, assuming you are in Togo and you did this, I bet you will not come back alive.
Exactly.
You will not come back alive. The kind of capital punishment they will give you, you won't even believe it. Abike Dabri is the present chairman of Diaspora Commission.
Yeah. And
I think if you're watching that program very well, you discover that a lot of Nigerians have been treated, in fact, maltreated because of one reason or the other. If once a Nigerian outside the shores of this country is being accused of a crime, even when it is not found out whether or not it's true, the kind of capital punishment you will get at the end of it, you wouldn't even believe it. In fact, even if at the end of the day Nigerians dies in diaspora or foreign ministry begged for your release, I bet you hardly come back to a normal person again. That is one. But here in Nigeria, we take everything the way it is and as if it's not even in Nigeria. To them, if one person is killed,
it's like you've killed the whole community.
The whole country or the community. Here, if one person is killed, it's normal. Everybody continue with his work. In fact, he is not the first person to be killed. So unless and until we begin to see the lives of Nigerians, one single person's life should be equal to the entire nation. Otherwise, we cannot be able to take the expected measure.
All right, we have our first call for today. All right, I lost him. The number for you to call us in is 070-3235-3315, 070-3235-3315. You can call us directly and comment. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, the UK, Mr. Zax, and the English.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, this is Pastor Henry JJ, the known as Unity of Delcasa.
All right, Pastor Henry, welcome on board. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Thank you so much. The story which you shared is very pathetic, seriously. Both the two stories, especially the first one. Yes. I'm telling you, I don't know what is happening to our system entirely in Nigeria. You can see the nonchalant attitude of the government. That's why we're having a series of cases like this. You know, some years ago, I had a cousin that experienced the same thing. One of the hospital in Jos Plateau State. I wouldn't want to mention its name. If not, it would be a problem to them. Because the moment I mentioned the name, people will start going there. You know, one of my younger cousin brother went there for a finger surgery. Do you know that these people went and removed his kidney and the boy died? Before the thing came to me, you know, it was already too late. The boy was already buried. I wanted to deal with that hospital to show them that I wanted to use them as an example for them not to try it to anybody. Because whatever happens, we have to, you know, justice has to take its course for other people to learn. You know, and this man saying that he's mentally ill, I saw the story on social media. I was annoyed within the week when I said, how could he say that he's mentally ill? Because he knows that the Lord will, you know, take his course on him. I think the appropriate authority should do the needful so that we will not have series of cases like this. And there are bodies which is stimulating these private hospitals. What are they doing that they allow this man to be operating for 18 good years? And he's a quack. What does that tell us? Nigerians, we have become a laughing stock before the whole world. And we are not learning our mistakes. Year in, year out, we will continue to have series of cases like this if people are not willing to do the right thing. I think I'll stop here. We have a lovely day.
Pastor Henry, did you say that the boy actually went for a finger surgery? If I heard
finger surgery, the finger was having problems, and the boy went to the hospital. Instead of them to ask him, is there anybody, any family member that will, you know, sign a document for him to be operated upon, this hospital just went ahead and operated on the boy, and then removed his kidney, and the boy died. When the thing came to my notice, I was pissed off. His mother is the younger sister to my mother, the father, the same mother. I was in pain. I even said this in on radio, I think about 8-9 years ago. I wanted to use the hospital as an example, but unfortunately, family said that we should just let everything to God. I know everything has to be left to God, but at times we need to allow the Lord to take its course.
All right, thank you so much. That's the comment of Pastor Henry from Doncaster. Okay, you see, instances, it has been happening.
Even as
and I tell you that we have a lot of them. There are a lot of investigations is needed to be done, and the public should be cautious of the kind of hospital they go to.
And I think it's becoming so comfortable for these perpetrators.
What has the finger got to do with the kidney?
I mean,
I had to ask because it's like my ears are not telling me the right thing.
And again, as long as we don't want to expose those that are responsible for such action, of course, we will continue to have this problem.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, grandmother. Welcome on board.
Thank you. God bless you. Good morning, everybody in that studio. We are all blessed.
Amen.
Concerning the first story, I just want to make comment on that person. When I had it on Saturday, that's a program 10 to 11. I couldn't believe it. I had to call them, and they said the real truth or they are joking. They said it's not a joke. Now, in this our private hospital, government should do something about it. Government should do something about it so that all these quack doctors, they will review them or they will close down their hospitals. They should do something about it. All this Minister of Health and the rest of them. Then concerning the other second story, why is it that we in Nigeria, the way they treated us, the way the outsiders treated us, how did they treat us? Like when we go to outside country, they treat us badly. When they come to our country, they treat us badly. What do we do for other countries of the world? So we in Nigeria, our government should to stand on their leg and defend us. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. That's a comment of grandmother from Rukubaro. Thank you so much. Grandmother is saying that if Nigerians go to the foreign country, they are being treated badly, and also here within the confines of Nigeria, we are being treated badly. So the government need to do the needful. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, what's your name and where are you calling us from?
Sunday Daniel from Garaji.
Sunday Daniel from Garaji. Welcome on board. Go ahead, I'm listening. Hello, Sunday. All right, I lost this particular caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Lucas.
Morning. Welcome on board.
Thank you. Mr. Johnson, this is
Musa Aike Kalu.
You see, you are saying that the law should take its course. The law should take its course on somebody who is carrying clothes. When we are talking about system failure, I think it's a joke. Tell me single institution or any other thing that is happening that is moving normal in Nigeria. You see, a professor is being brought to NGDC to interrogate. You slum there and face. What did he do? Do you hear anything? It's in thought that you see somebody has been jumping up and down, but when he's being brought for justice, you see him facing there. The next day you start seeing him with here, and nothing happens. All these doctors we are talking about, you go to the hospital, they are paid by the government, they have their own private hospital, and the equipment in the government hospital, they will not allow you to use it. They will still write to you and repair you. Go and do that, and if you don't go and do that, exactly the same place they send you to, and you bring another text, they will not recommend it. These are critical issues we are talking about. This system failure, I'm telling you, my sister, we are in a great problem. We should reorganize ourselves, come back together if we want to be the country, and find a way that we will go. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. That's the comment of Musa Aike Kwalu from Angwarogo. All right, we have this comment on Facebook that says, good morning, Rookie, Zax, and Mercy. I think the National Association of Mad People need to organize a legal department so that they will be fighting those criminals hiding under their association to escape justice. If you guys could remember last year here in Jos, there is a certain boy that removed the eyes of one Unijust female student. He also pretended to be mad when he was arrested. This is coming from Muhammad Musa Baza from Masalachin Juma. Thank you so much, Muhammad Musa Baza. And also we have this one that says, good work, keep up the good work. It's coming from Alhaji Sani. That's on our Facebook page. You can also go to our Facebook page and drop your comment at Unity Radio FM TV. Unity Radio FM TV. Or you can also call us on the number 070-3235-3315, 070-3235-3315. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, what's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Usman Big Seven, Ambassador of Peace coming from ZINARIYA.
Ambassador of Peace, Muhammad Big Seven. Welcome on board. Go ahead. Usman Big Seven, welcome on board.
Thank you, Mr. Zax. Good morning.
Pleasure talking to you, sir.
Really, to my knowledge of understanding, these people that used to act sometimes, the moment they make something wrong, they will be acting like they are mad. Maybe they have been given opportunity to do that simply from their lawyers. Maybe it's their lawyers that used to give them that advice to act as a mad people. Believe me, what I'm saying is true. May Allah save us. God bless you people. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you so much. With the comment of Usman Big Seven, that will be the last call we'll be taking for today. You can also send your text on the number 08037497127. Mr. Zakaria, a lot of people are complaining regarding the issue, just like the last call, the second to the last caller. That's Musa Aike Kalu that said that will the law take its course on a person who is tearing his own clothes? Is it possible? No, it's not possible. But we have an issue. People cannot just run away from justice just like that. Definitely justice must take its course. Or is there a particular, can they be taken to hospital so that they can be mentally checked if they are really okay?
First and foremost, it's a drama.
And also, Mr. Zachary, I'm not true. Let me not forget. Can a mentally deranged person remove a human being's kidney and also travel abroad and sell it? Can a mentally deranged person do that?
First and foremost, Nigeria is a dramatic nation. With all kind of drama from one point or the other. There is no day that will pass through without drama. So unless and until we cop or nip it on the board, I tell you it will continue to happen, because it is a usual thing that, of course, for the fact that I saw Mr. A, Mrs. A did it yesterday, and of course day before yesterday, and nothing happened. It is normal. It becomes a norm within the confines of a society that, look, what seems to be abnormal now is normal. In fact, within the confines of a society, if you say the truth and stick and stand by it, they see you as an absurd and abnormal person. So unless and until we begin to handle some of these things, forgetting the fact that either this person belongs to my religion, or either this person belongs to my regionalism, or either this person belongs to my ethnicity, or what have you, then we will have it to stay right. Otherwise, we will continue to do, and people will continue to perpetrate this kind of act and go free. Now he is claiming he's mad. Yes, if taken to the hospital, the doctor will tell you, doctors can be bribed equally. They will tell you, yes, this is what he saw. Okay, they will have to go to another hospital to check the man in question. And for as long as time is going, the wound will be healing naturally, and Nigerians will forget about it, because this is the country we live in. We're born here, we're still here, and I tell you.
And Mr. Zachary, to come to your notice, do you know that it's not only in Nasaragon that this quack doctor actually have a hospital? He also has another hospital in Mr. Ali, and also a lot of people are also trooping in that particular. Do you know that the one in Mr. Ali, people who had it that some of the patients will even have to lie on the floor. Because of the massive troop that he received of patients.
You see?
They sense him as a person that is a philanthropist. He's kind-hearted, and
nobody is ready to dig to know.
That is it.
To know all about his qualification. All they want is. But in this case, even as you need the money, why can't you just bring professional to do the job?
Mr. Zachary, he has been doing it for the past 18 years.
And if you should have brought a professional, of course he has to pay the professional. And you know you can't pay a professional the way you pay a quack. So the money has to be high. And also I think most of these people do it out of greed, out of selfishness.
Yes, in as much as I agree with you. But from how many years ago now, at least at a point, if you are a thief and you finally got the money, why don't you resign from stealing? That's what I'm saying.
Have you seen a thief resign willingly?
What is what I'm advocating? For instance, if I am a quack doctor, I have a hospital, and at the end of the day, I've been doing one or two things. At the end of, when I have the money, ordinarily my conscience will tell me I should get in a professional.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Zachary. Thank you, Mercy. This is where we draw the curtain of the program. Hello, what's welcome. Join us on Thursday, same time, same station. Do not go anywhere and keep watching Unity TV. Bye bye.
Hello at work. Stay calm, keep hustling, and live life to the fullest.
I was the head boy in my primary school, senior